Human brain. Objective: to study the structure, anatomy, and functions of the human brain. Human brain is a marvelous and most complicated organ in the body. It has a capacity to analyze the problem and think a solution. One wonderful capacity of brain is communication through language. Let us know the structure and function of brain. Is made up of soft tissue. It is covered by a bony case called the cranium. It is covered by three membranes called meninges. The outer membrane is the dura mater, the middle membrane is arachnoid mater, and the inner membrane, which is closest to the brain, is the pia mater. Cerebrospinal fluid base between the arachnoid mater and the pia mater, the cranium and meninges protects the brain from injuries and shocks. The brain is divided into three parts: forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. The hindbrain continues as the spinal cord. Forebrain is the largest part of the brain. It consists of cerebrum and the encephalon. The cerebrum forms most of the forebrain. A deep groove in the middle of the cerebrum divides it into two equal halves. Each part is called a cerebral hemisphere. The right and left cerebral hemispheres are connected by a bundle of axons. There are several ridges called gyri and grooves called sulci on the surface of the brain. Three very deep grooves present across each cerebral hemisphere divided into frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital lobes. The most interesting aspect of the cerebrum is that the right hemisphere controls the functions of the left side of the body, and the left hemisphere controls the functions of the right side of the body. It contains centers for thinking, intelligence. The second part of the forebrain is the diencephalon. It is smaller and present below the cerebrum. It connects the forebrain with the midbrain. It has a pineal body on the dorsal side, and the hypothalamus on the ventral side. The pituitary gland attaches to the hypothalamus by a stalk. The diencephalon control emotions such as anger, pain, pleasure. Midbrain is the very smallest portion of the brain. It controls body muscles and their movements. On the dorsal side, four optic lobes are present. These are called corpora quadrigemina. The two anterior lobes, called superior colliculi, concerned with sight. The posterior lobes are smaller and called inferior colliculi. Hindbrain consists of two parts, cerebellum and brainstem. The cerebellum, a wrinkled ball of tissue, lies behind the cerebrum. It is responsible for the maintenance of equilibrium and body posture. The brainstem has two parts, pons varolii and medulla oblongata. Pons varolii is a transverse band of nerve fibers which connects the right and left halves of the cerebellum. Medulla oblongata is anteriorly broad and posteriorly tapers into the spinal cord. It performs several involuntary functions, such as heartbeat, breathing, swallowing, blood pressure. Summary: the human brain is very sensitive and an important organ. It is a structurally and functionally complicated organ.